Azan, did you see this? D found the wisecrack video and started malding and literally told his fans to mass harass them.
If I could
Michael had to make his account private because of deranged freaks.
harass people in any way, it would be call out culture. Like, fucking August, if you make this a video, it should be like a call out. Like, I will debate either of you two, or have a conversation, or talk, or whatever, about any of the shit you're saying here. I think that for as long as people invoke my name and then mischaracterize me like this, every comment section you have should be like, hey, why are you guys still avoiding Destiny even though you're talking about blah, blah, blah. I think so, until people just don't talk about me. If they fear the Taliban or they're scared, then they should be. Then yeah. Because like if you're going to be this much of like a spineless, cowardless fuck, right, and you're just going to like blatantly fucking lie about me or try to undermine me or poison the well in any other community you're in, yeah, I think you should get fucking every single comment section of you should be like, hey, so why'd you sell this shit but you weren't willing to talk about it?
It's weird because now he just wants he wants people to shut the fuck up about him. That's very odd. He doesn't get it. The video is about his desire to just debate everything. Yeah, the video literally, the live stream that he did that we watched on our live stream was specifically about like culture online. It's just odd that he's like demanding his community brigade anyone and everyone that mentions him until they are silenced. No criticisms whatsoever. No criticisms whatsoever until, you know, you can silence all opposition to shut the fuck up. The only thing Wisecrack said about D is that he says the N-word, which he does, lol. Yeah. D's failing personality cult is getting real fucking old for everyone across the board. This is what happens. Why do you continue to give in and talk about this? Well, first of all, I think that this in and of itself is ridiculous. I think that it's like you guys immediately are like, oh, why are you doing this? But it's like, the fuck do you mean? I don't think that random people that have random people that like even mention Destiny a little bit deserve his like community's wrath. The fuck are you talking about? Like why shouldn't I get this community to at least like defend people for being honest? People could never say the name and he would make an assumption to interject. I don't know why you guys chirp this much. Tuned into Hassan the Hun watching me on Wisecrack streaming. Whoa, he was 100% right that the soccer anime I reference was Blue Lock. Shouts out to a real head. Also, he seemed pretty nice and chat seemed cool. So that wasn't as scary as I thought it'd be. Salute to the people online seeming normal as far as I could tell. If we all stop talking about him, he will become irrelevant. Yeah, I know. That's why for the past 5 years, I never actually fucking talked about him. And he literally was able to cultivate an entire fucking fan base specifically designed around having just unimaginable amounts of resentment born out of a shit ton of misinformation. His own fans saying they're scared of the Taliban is so cringe and funny. Yeah. Juicers wants you to talk to Divorcelli more often for drama farming. I think even the Juicers are fucking turning on him a little bit. I mean, he is literally a repulsive individual. So I think if you watch it long enough, you either have that same exact repulsive mindset and agree with it and you know become a part of the cult, or at a certain point you're going to arrive at a position that he firmly holds that is truly unconscionable for the average person, and they're going to be like, okay, this is kind of gross. Yeah, there's a reason he's getting upset because shit talking him and is now working. He's becoming a lol cow. Yeah. The only reason why he was never considered a lol cow, I guess, by many people is because they had no idea who the fuck he was. They just kind of saw him in the best light against like objectively idiotic people that he was owning in the marketplace of ideas. But now that like people are paying attention to what the fuck he's doing and realize that he is truly a repulsive, toxic individual who will literally debate any and every issue in a way that most normal people would consider ridiculous, gross. He doesn't like being on the other end of that. I wish people understood that you've dealt with constant harassment for him for half a fucking decade at this point. You can't just turn it off and ignore him. It's really sad that people still refuse to trust you on this. Yeah. He controlled most of the lolcow watchers. My call is that they'll turn on him at some point in this year. Yeah. Those guys are not exactly loyal fans in general. I mean, some of them will become loyal fans, but as long as you like can only maintain that audience if you keep the blood sport and if you keep the toxicity. When more people start recognizing that you have like ridiculous opinions, just gross opinions, inevitably people will go, what the fuck is up with this guy? Brace summarized this perfectly. What is this? I think the reason you're finding Norman Finkelstein is more popular with some people than you is because he's an intelligent man who gives sometimes angry voice to sentiments many hold, and you are a golem made up of all the ultra-modern horrors of the world. I didn't even see this. The telltale sign of a delusional ideology is when every single potential outcome favors the preconceived beliefs. Insulting people, if Destiny does it, is bad. Ad homs, if Norm does it, it's epic and deserved. Personal digs, if Norm and his crowd does it to Destiny, it's because of his poor moral character and it's epic. If Destiny and his crowd does it, it means they're clearly obviously lost the debate. There is no sane world where you watch a supposed historian scream and shout like a petulant child for 5 hours and come away thinking, man, you know who really did well in that conversation, unless you are so lost down an ideological hole and can no longer see the light. That's great. Yeah, that's precisely why I don't think a lot of people understood. A lot of debate enjoyers didn't understand and originally tried to fucking run with the narrative that I had like looked like a fool on Piers Morgan's talk show when I was getting talked down by both Piers Morgan himself, who was supposed to be the moderator, and the Israel defenders on the panel, when in fact, literally the broadest swaths of the internet looked at it and were like, wow, that's actually phenomenal. Finally, someone is basically repeating our frustrations. Notice how quick that community and density started crumbling under a fraction of the attention and mockery in a few months compared to you dealing with concentrated smear campaigns for years and continuing? Yes. Well, it's because I also have convictions and things that I believe and want to defend and care about more than all of the supposed virtue signaling and criticism, you know, just shit smearing, masquerading as like valid criticism. That's the reason. If you have no convictions, personally, if you have no convictions and all you care about is like functionally winning a debate on the aesthetic side, when in fact the argument that you're presenting is oftentimes insane to the average person, and the things that you're saying are horrifying, blood-curdling shit, then, you know, inevitably people are going to be like, wait, actually, maybe I don't agree with this guy at all. He's making me feel very weird.